Today's lesson, we are going to make a custom ruler, and students will be working on number sense and measurement, as well as I will be showcasing the outline tool to use it as a sort of a welding tool to put a shape at the top of the ruler. So we're going to start with create a new design, create a blank design. Now that we are inside the Glowforge app, we are going to start with a blank board. We have our light basswood plywood, and then we're going to create our shape starting with the square. Once you have the square, we need to go down to the ruler tool, bottom left-hand corner, click the unlock aspect ratio button, and now we can create our rectangle. But since we're making a ruler, we want to be really precise. We're going to change 7 to 12, so it's 12 inches wide, and then let's go with 1.5 inches tall. Once we have our rectangle, then we can start making our measurement lines. We're going to import artwork, put line, search. I like this one. It's straight and it's not too thick, it's not too thin. And we're going to put it down just a bit. And this is where students can customize how they would like their lines. But down at the bottom, to be precise, students can use the toolbox to put 1 inch, and it'll be 1 inch away. Then they can either right click and copy, right click and paste, or use the shortcut keys on the keyboard. So we will continue to do this until we get to 11. Now that we have our 1 inch markers in place, let's go ahead and group all of these so they don't move on us. Group that, and then we can begin to make our little smaller markers. Use the same line only and make it smaller, maybe a little thinner. Again, using the ruler box at the bottom to go 0.1, and then copy paste 0.2 until we get to 9. Now that we have our markers in place, let's go ahead and group up to the first one. And you could do this before as well. We're going to move that out of the way just for a second and group these smaller pieces together and use that as a group of 10. Put this one back. And we're going to make sure that's right on the 6th marker. Then what we'll do is we'll group everything. Take this one, make a copy. Then we're going to group all of these and bring this right in so it's in a printable area. And we're going to start adding our markers back in. And again, they can continue to use the box at the bottom to make sure it's precise. So if they want to go in singles, they can do that. Now that we have all of our ruler markers in place, we can start customizing. So students can use the text box to add numbers, and they can change their font and size. place them over their lines. So we'll continue to do this until we get to 11. Now that our numbers are in place, we can group everything together. So they are all together now, and students can customize or personalize their ruler by adding their name on top, maybe some artwork. We're going to grab a gator for today's example. But instead of placing the gator here, which would be easy for many students, I'm going to show you how to use the outline tool to sort of use it as a welding. So we're going to stretch the gator out a little bit, put his legs right below, make sure the mouth of the gator is on that line. Stretch the gator out just a little bit. We're going to highlight it all, group, and now I'm going to use my create outline tool on the right, create outline. Now we need to make this much smaller, so we're going to go all the way down to 0. We have an outline, you can see here, but yet we still have this bottom line, so we can just ignore that, or we could ungroup and delete it. But I'm just going to ignore down at the bottom, click ignore, so it does nothing. It'll still be there. I won't need to do anything. Now I need to make sure I'm ready to print. Group all this together. Move this up. But because you're probably in a classroom where time can be a little bit more with the engraving, and giving students opportunity to actually color in their ruler would be great with the score option. So we change all these to score. Students can use an acrylic marker or a Sharpie to color the numbers in. Now we should be ready to print. I'm going to check the order that I want everything to go. I'm going to make cut last. We did this one, ignore. And we can put the gator last as well, right before they cut. Let's move our lines up. So we're going to do lines first. We need this one. Score those. There we go. Now we can see the purple will be score, the red will be cut. The dash, nothing will happen, it's ignore. Line this all up right to the edge of my board. And here we go. Now print. 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Let's go over to the Glowforge and watch it do some magic. open up the Glowforge and see what we made. Pull the board off, and there is our customized gator ruler.